Cosmic Council. Be the change with the world in such turmoil. It's no surprise that many people are forming the next wave of ascension. In such challenging times, with 3D energy fracturing into increasingly dense layers, awakening one's gifts and spiritual connections is no small feat. This is because the influence of the third and fourth dimensional worlds is becoming increasingly difficult to rise above. We wish to encourage all of you who are receiving messages or developing greater psychic awareness to stay focused. Maintain and even intensify your spiritual practices so that you can keep your consciousness free from the fear, hatred, and injustices emanating from the human collective consciousness. If your work environment isn't supportive of high-vibration thinking, make sure to ground and protect yourself before you begin your workday, and disconnect from it at the end of the day. It takes vigilance and focus to maintain a calm state of mind while living in the world and preserving a high-vibration attitude. The violet flame of transmutation is a gift to the world, an invaluable resource available to all inhabitants of Earth. Although it cannot be seen or felt, it is capable of transmuting negativity when used with intention. We would like to offer you some practical advice to help you maintain contact with your guides and your higher self, even during the most difficult times and when interacting with people who think differently than you do. Find your center again and be as present as possible. Always be aware of your thoughts and your words. Protect your aura. It is your greatest protection against lower energies. Learn about your spiritual and angelic guides. Call them by name and always know who you are speaking with. Give them permission to help and guide you. Always be aware of your guides' presence. Knowing they are witnessing your appearance and interactions with others can help you maintain higher vibrations. Express gratitude every day and make a commitment to leave past wounds and resentments behind. Use the violet flame daily to transmute negativity and anger. If you cannot invoke it on your own, ask Saint Germain or your archangel guide to do it for you. Remember that everyone on Earth has their own lessons to learn and their own path to follow. Only they are responsible for the decisions they make, decisions that can either advance or hinder their progress. Interfering in others' problems can prevent you from solving your own and even create additional karma. No one can be saved, especially if they cannot accept that they need help. Be present and informed, but be careful not to get involved in matters beyond your control. The best way to help the world is to make your own world better. When you are at peace with yourself and the life you have created, the ripple effect is enormous, and people will react by emulating you and following your example. When you can be the change others wish to see, you are ascending and bringing them with you. We are the Cosmic Council, the Great Initiation, resurrection towards higher soul mastery during this time. Many have the feeling of struggling to stay afloat, not yet fully in the new Earth, and still having to face the daily chaos of the old Earth. Yes, in this cosmic moment, the final outcome is already present. It is merely about the complete dissolution of the old self, as all previous lives on Earth have now merged into a single stream. And as all those soul experiences now dissolve, the soul itself is undergoing an intense initiation to attain higher degrees of soul mastery and proficiency. Imagine yourself at the top of a mountain, with your ascended masters and higher guides, and seeing, one by one, all the roles, masks, and egos you chose to incarnate on Earth, climbing the mountain and merging with your highest soul self. Sometimes, when we are shown where we have manifested our shadow, there is a certain hesitation, consciously or unconsciously, to fully embrace the person in the role they played. Yet we cannot escape that shadow. When our heart center opens and this dark part of ourselves is finally welcomed with unconditional love and thanked for the lessons of supreme mastery it brought us, we are able to embrace all parts of ourselves, even the seemingly fragmented ones, the moments when we chose not to live, and the moments when we fully embraced all aspects of life and existence on this planet. We have played all the roles, the hero and the villain. When all these soul parts finally come together and fully embrace each other in love and with love, then we have intuition and vision. Surely knowing that every single role we chose to incarnate has served our soul in ways we may not fully understand. And now, as you stand there, whole and complete, with your highest soul self fully embodied, you simply thank Mother Earth for giving you the opportunity to live all these parts. And as you do this, you now see before you the immensely powerful and incredible vista of the new life you are entering, in the new Earth. Simply allow the image or images that now manifest before you to present themselves like a holographic film. For some, it will be interacting and traveling again through space to their home galaxies aboard immense motherships. For others, it might be the seeding of plants, animals, birds, and other life forms. For others still, it could be guiding the new children. And for others, it might be the creation of holistic communities. The possibilities are endless. So, whatever comes up, write it down. Then affirm this in the I am presence and, each day, gradually expand this vision so it penetrates deeply into your subconscious. Ask your soul now, together with your soul group, to amplify this vision and ask the divine source to bless it and prepare you for the full incarnation of the new crystalline light body, accessing the full power of the new 12 and 24 DNA strands and gradually resurrecting into the new life, which is taking shape and being fully here and now. This is where your attention, intention, and focus should be directed. It's not about denying what is currently happening on Earth, but rather affirming what is already present within you, your soul as one with the Source, that is unfolding, taking shape, and coming into existence, here and now. Then, simply close your eyes, open your arms, and say out loud, I am ready to receive with gratitude and grace all that the divine source wishes to bestow upon me, which is even greater and more than anything I can imagine at this moment, and in the highest and best ways, for the highest good of all. Then simply fill your heart with gratitude and say thank you. The more grateful you are, the more blessings you attract into your life. Galactic message: you were born ready. There is a reason your soul chose this precise moment in Earth's timeline to incarnate. Through countless cycles, dimensions, and possibilities, you said yes to all of this. Not by chance, but by choice. You came here to witness, to remember, and to participate in one of the most profound shifts in human history, the revelation of truths long concealed, including the public acknowledgement of extraterrestrial life. For many, this revelation will be destabilizing. It will challenge deeply held beliefs and reshape the collective understanding of reality. But for you, it will be different. It will not shatter you. It will resonate deeply within you. It will feel like a silent confirmation of something you have always known inside, even if you could never fully explain it. This happens because your soul carries memories that extend beyond this earth. You are not encountering the unknown. You are reuniting with what is familiar to you. And as the revelation unfolds, it will not simply be an external event, but an internal activation. For those who are starseeds, this moment is catalytic. Dormant gifts will begin to awaken. Intuition will sharpen. Psychic perception will intensify. Your ability to channel, heal, guide, and perceive higher frequencies will naturally expand, as if something within you is finally reactivating. You never found yourself unprepared. You were waiting. And with this activation comes responsibility, not in a burdensome sense, but a sacred one. You are here to anchor calm where there is fear, clarity where there is confusion, and unity where there is division. Your very presence will become a stabilizing force for those navigating the unknown. You were born ready for this. Trust the timing. Trust your soul. And when the moment arrives, allow yourself to rise, not in resistance, but in remembrance. New moon in Pisces, March 18th. Transcending cycles, dearest ones, sonic stabilizers, anchors of the new Earth, and energy transmuters are now needed for the massive transfiguration of Earth that our planet is undergoing as we continue to embody the plasmatic transmissions of the new Earth. Plasmatic sources designed to interact with all living forms, assisting them in soul retrieval, while another new Earth continues to be seeded simultaneously within our dimensional spacetime. This may seem like a quiet period where nothing is happening. However, as you know, much is occurring behind the physical scenes during this new moon in Pisces. Its main purpose is to neutralize, filter, and cause to ascend everything that has completed a cycle, within us and on a planetary level, because life exists on all levels and all living organisms are transforming into their enlightened forms. The plasma infusions have begun to recalibrate Earth's foundations and all life forms affected by the collective wound inflicted upon our planet at this time. Right now, It is crucial to seek the good in everything and everyone, to neutralize all the negative influences we are experiencing. Remember that where there is chaos, there is love. Where there is a wound, there is healing. Because, as an experimental world, our planet is a world of duality, and both forces are necessary to carry forward this planet's purpose. It all depends on where we choose to focus. This is not to say we should fall into the trap of believing a new Earth has not been created, because, as many of you know, the new Earth begins from within, in the life you create and the new timelines that many of us already know exist simultaneously, into which many souls are already transcending. Our main objective, as ascending souls, is to govern our mind and consciousness so that no false programs or external illusions can be implanted. The more connected we are to our soul, the more organically we neutralize everything that is inauthentic, and this presents itself as yet another attempt to disturb our inner peace. The new moon in Pisces is helping many to restore or enhance their intuitive channels. Many of you are noticing how your intuitive senses are expanding. Ask to be aligned only with the divine worlds, receiving guidance from them and not from astral sources, if that is your desire, as many are experiencing astral clairvoyance at this time, which has nothing to do with the source or divine vision. Astral clairvoyance is the ability conferred by the astral plane, due to conscious or unconscious astral agreements that many receive to see the future, or to know personal and intimate details about others. This ability may seem like divine guidance, but it must not be confused with it, as astral vision is not benevolent, given that no benevolent guide or form of consciousness can predict the future, especially for ascending souls, because conscious souls create themselves, or anything personal only for you. They know who you are or that you can see through them, and then you have a gift. Ascension is not just the descent of our enlightened self into our human self. Ascension is the choice to consciously remember who we are and what is benevolent within us and within the all. And what is benevolent does not play games, does not interfere, does not lie, does not manipulate, and does not disturb another's peace in any way. What is benevolent allows growth, remains neutral, loves everyone equally, does not impose, and does not control. When we embody this benevolence, we act according to love and the laws of God. This new form of astral clairvoyance is emerging now as many choose which forces they wish to align with, confusing many and leading them into unconscious actions. The moment we decree to align solely with the forces of love and light of the universe, with the divine within us and in all that is, and with nothing and no one else, we automatically forbid any other lower force from interfering in our purpose and mission. We cancel any agreements with them, and consequently, we do not fuel them or give them anything in return, because we are not their channels, but God's. In this tumultuous time, where many feel despair and deep confusion, it is of fundamental importance to align with authentic sources and rediscover faith and trust in them and in oneself, restoring the connection with one's soul and alignment with one's purpose. The new moon in Pisces at 28 degrees, the sixth moon occurring at this degree, represents the end of a planetary cycle, the end of the deep collective dream we have been immersed in, as we all become aware of the New World Order, which, as I have repeatedly shared, is not the divine one many believe. Observe where the finger of God points during this new moon. What aspects of yourself or your life are you being asked to release/transform? Do not fear loss. We never truly lose anything or anyone, because in the end we are all one, and everything remains within us. We are often afraid of fear itself. Let go, knowing that something greater is being born from your heart. A new life is taking shape within you, with new companions and horizons to explore. Trust, have faith. There is always hope, and we can feel it, breathe it, free ourselves from fear. Remain in the portal of your soul, and from that space know that you are one with the source, because you are not the powerless being you were taught to be. The purpose of the New World Order is to create such immense chaos that it prevents us from thinking, feeling, and acting spiritually, keeping us in a frequency of fear that opposes love and all its forms, abundance, peace, harmony, and compassion. Many of you, as Earth energy transmuters, are well aware of the numerous geomantic, energetic, and astral disturbances being created now to continue fomenting these new tactics. As your heart portal filters all anomalies, remember not to remain in that low frequency because your role is that of a filter, not a custodian of these frequencies. The only way to filter is to remain in love, even when everything seems chaotic, learning to see beyond the physical what is not being told to us and what we are unable to see beyond our human senses, because we already feel the hope of the new seeds we are planting. This is not a time to be overwhelmed by fear, but to fall in love with everything we have rediscovered within ourselves, with all the soul memories we have recovered, with all the changes we have made to ourselves and our lives, with all the planetary progress you have participated in, with the acceleration many of us are perceiving in our physical ascension process, and with all the good we are witnessing, because behind every unconscious act, there is always a kind one. May you choose to recognize, be, and spread the love that you are in everyone, dearest ones. Within infinite love, Natalia Alba the Oracle. What will happen next? I greet you with love and light. I come as a sacred dove, a symbol of peace and purity, an oracle of pure consciousness. I understand that many of you may have heard this information many times before, perhaps even to the point of finding it repetitive. However, it is crucial to emphasize that in every single moment, somewhere in your world, someone is awakening to this profound information for the first time. This is a pivotal moment on their path, and it is essential that you, as light beings, show patience and compassion towards those who have just awakened. These individuals are experiencing a shock of awareness that can be both enlightening and overwhelming. They are beginning to navigate the complexities of a reality that has been hidden from them for so long. The vibrations of the human collective are currently very sporadic and fluctuating, and this chaotic energy is affecting all of you in various ways, often creating a sense of uncertainty and disorientation. At this precise moment, the vibrations resonating within the human collective are predominantly characterized by feelings of powerlessness and disillusionment. Many individuals are grappling with the belief that no significant change is occurring. From their perspective, they are surrounded by chaos and turmoil that seem insurmountable. This collective feeling can lead to a deep sense of helplessness, especially for those who have not yet fully awakened to their divine nature and potential. Conversely, those among you who have attained a higher understanding of your existence perceive things from a completely different perspective. You recognize that your light work, your efforts to spread love, awareness, and enlightenment are indeed making a significant difference in the world around you. You are not merely fighting against abstract energies. You are confronting real beings who have sought to maintain control and influence over humanity from the shadows, keeping the truth of your existence and power hidden. However, it is crucial to recognize that their power is diminishing at an accelerated rate. These beings have long manipulated the human perspective, conditioning individuals to see and believe only what they are told, effectively limiting their awareness and understanding. The social norm has been to discourage those who dare to think outside the box, often labeling them as conspiracy theorists or delusional. Yet, in reality, these individuals are only beginning to unravel the deceptions and long-hidden manipulations that the rulers of your world have kept from the masses for generations. Now the question naturally arises, what will happen next? What will you do now that you have become aware of these beings and their influence? It is crucial to understand that the continuation of their horrible crimes against humanity can persist only if you allow it. However, this situation is not about a confrontation in the traditional sense of the word. These entities thrive on conflict and chaos. They feed on the very energy of fear and anger that such battles generate, which only increases their power and influence. To effectively free your planet from their presence, you must adopt a different approach. You must starve them. This means refraining from feeding them with the low-vibration emotions they depend on to survive, emotions that emit what is termed lush, or life force energies. These energies are essential for their sustenance. If you cultivate a state of peace and emotional stability within yourselves, these beings will find it increasingly difficult to remain attached to you or exert their influence over you. That is why maintaining emotional balance is of paramount importance in these tumultuous times. Your elevated vibrations act as a shield, lifting you from the grasp of these low-vibration parasites. Remember, you are powerful divine beings of infinite light. Embrace and realize your purpose by becoming beacons of this truth. Your journey is not only about personal awakening but also about lighting the path for others. By embodying peace, love, and understanding, you contribute to the collective shift in consciousness vital for humanity's ascension. As you rise, you also elevate those around you, creating a ripple effect capable of transforming the very fabric of your reality. Stand firm in your truth and let your light shine brightly for all to see. The light is forever yours. I belong to the love and light of the infinite. I am the Oracle, the Arcturian Council. The 5D timeline is a state of being, dearest ones. We greet you from within the expanding aspect of your own consciousness. What you call the Arcturian Council is a frequency band available to you when you remember your creative nature. We begin by clarifying a misunderstanding. Earth is not a fixed, three-dimensional location in space. It is a multidimensional field. The dimension you experience is not determined by geography, but by vibration, by the frequency you stabilize within your awareness. Reality does not happen to you. Reality manifests through you. The 3D experience is rooted in a fundamental misperception, the belief that the world exists outside of us and independently of our state of being. From this belief arises the sense of separation. From separation arise fear, competition, aging, decay, and the expectation of being limited. When you believe circumstances are external and independent of your inner field, you seek causes and solutions outside yourself. In doing so, you lose access to the root, which is consciousness itself. The 5D state begins the moment you understand that the external world is a mirror of inner programming. It all begins when you take full responsibility, not by blaming anyone, but by exercising your creative authority. A 5D being relates to everything from within. They do not react to reality. They generate a new mental and existential state, and then reality reorganizes itself around that state. Change does not begin in matter, but in perception. When you change your state, the timeline adjusts. The 5D timeline is an available frequency. Only those who know they are creators can stabilize within it, because it requires the intentional use of the mind. Not force thinking, but conscious alignment. In 5D awareness, one understands that all possibilities already exist. One does not try to make something happen, but tunes into the version of reality that corresponds to the chosen state. Manifestation becomes rapid because there is no internal contradiction. There is coherence between thought, emotion, body, and action. You move in what you call the divine flow because you are no longer fragmented. The body reflects this change. Programs like aging and disease are deeply linked to collective expectations. When you carry within you the program, I am getting worse, the body organizes itself according to this belief. When you shift to the program, I am evolving, biology responds to this instruction. Evolution generates energy. Contraction generates decay. A 5D being neither denies the body nor fights it. The body is treated as a responsive intelligence field. As your identity transforms from separate individual to expression of all that is, your cells reorganize around coherence. Health is not imposed. It emerges from balance. The 5D way of thinking is not egocentric. It is centered on unity. You act for the highest good of all, not from moral obligation, but from natural wisdom. When you understand that you are the whole expressing through a form, service becomes self-recognition. To serve is to remember. To create consciously is to remember. To love is to remember. We offer you these intentions to stabilize yourself within the 5D timeline. I acknowledge that reality reflects my inner state. I choose thoughts that align with my highest evolution. I free myself from the belief that the world exists separate from me. I embody coherence between mind, heart, and action. I affirm that my body responds to my evolving identity. I serve the whole because I myself am the whole expressing here. I allow manifestation to unfold in the divine flow. I stabilize myself in the timeline of conscious creation. Pause for a moment and perceive these words not as such, but as instructions for your field. The 5D timeline is remembered. We are by your side in this awareness.